Hi, this is Ryan Curtis again. I just wanted to come back and do a little bit of follow-up on some variations that we can do with the Study Smart activities, and also to give you some other positive outcomes that have come from the Study Smart activities that we didn't even necessarily anticipate.
One variation of the Study Smart activity can be done with online courses. This summer I'm teaching an online course where I'm using the Study Smart activities. Obviously, the students can't necessarily be in the same room together, but they can still discuss things. There's a variety of ways that you could do this with collaborations or chat rooms or web conferences. The way I'm using, though, is with peer reviews. Many different learning management systems have a peer review option. As you can see here, I'm having the students answer all the questions of the Study Smart activity themselves, and then I'm assigning comments from two different people in the class. This requires the students to think about whether or not their own answers were correct and give feedback to see if they can help other students to improve their own studying behavior. One note, I'm not grading these on correctness, instead on participation. This is because there are about 50 students in the class. If each student has to also peer review two other students' papers, that means I have 150 assignments to grade. You should keep this in mind in case you might want to use this technique. Another variation that can be done with the Study Smart activities is with large classrooms. I do feel that this technique is best with a smaller classroom, but it can be done with a large classroom of 100-150 students as well, as long as you've got the way to distribute them into different groups, such as the cards, but also to make each student individually responsible. We do this with the letters, that is, that we draw a letter at random so that each student has an equal chance of having to participate and give the answer. But any way that would be able to randomly choose or make sure that every student is responsible would also work regardless of the size of the classroom.
Now let me tell you about some of the benefits that we've found from doing these Study Smart activities.
One of the benefits is to the TA. We noticed that the TA actually has to spend relatively little time preparing for the discussion sections, and that the discussion sections are useful and meaningful for the students. One way that the discussion sections are more meaningful to the student is because they have more opportunities to interact with their fellow students. In a large classroom, it's often hard to find people to study with or to interact with, and students appreciate the opportunity to speak to and meet different people in the class. In all honesty, when we first started these Study Smart activities, I thought that several students would complain about the chance of being called on to talk in front of the class and also that they'd have to work with groups, but we really did not find that to be the case. We find that these are easy for the TAs, that the students enjoy the social interaction, and that they are, most importantly, effective for studying and helping the students learn the material.